Get your mind right, baby, you a sin. And I'm a red hot undercover pimp.
Tony Snow, know what I'm talking about? Tony Snow, bitch. Young pimp.
Oh my God, hello.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay. All right. So why do you agree with this boss chick, bad bitch energy thing? Why does it make sense for you?
Because we have women out here who can be boss women and wives at the same time.
Such as?
Myself.
Uh-huh. I'll take it for you. You can be boss. What does your husband do?
My husband.
You're borging out. Something's going on with your connection. I got 5 bars over here.
Can you hear me?
We're getting there.
Okay.
You say your husband does what?
My husband was keeping my kids. He now works for the city.
Oh, you're keeping your kids.
Our kids. Yes.
Oh, well, then you just explained it. So you had a stay-at-home husband.
Uh-huh. And he now works for the city.
Where now he has to where the kids are yours, not his.
They're both of ours.
But that's not what you initially said. So do you think boss chicks or bad bitches get men of value?
Yes.
They do. They get
Yes.
men who other men respect and admire?
Yes.
In what way? In what way would you say the average boss chick or bad bitch gets a man that other men of value admire?
That other men of value admire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because other men of value who are men of value would admire other men of value.
That's a bunch of bullshit. Other men of value, it's like you used a derived equation. If you're a man of value, then a man of value will value a man of value. I don't know any men
Sure.
of value that value a stay-at-home dad.
Really?
No.
Okay.
They call him beta.
Okay.
There's no, I mean, I'm just saying, so I'm telling you that you said they're my kids, not ours. So it sounds like you got the dick, not him. And he was a stay-at-home husband. Fine, it works for you. But those kind of men tend to be, they don't rank high amongst other men.
Okay.
So you're trying to say that when he goes out in the world, he can stand out with his chest out because he's Mr. Mom. That's not how that works in our world. It may work for y'all. But do you think a boss chick can get a man that can be valued, admired among other men? In general, I know it can happen, but is that generally what happens?
No.
All right. So then why would you accept a lesser man?
I don't accept a lesson.
Okay, why accept is it worth being a boss chick in general if you have to in general accept lesser men?
No.
Then what's the advantage in general?
To be a team.
But who's
To
leading?
have a man and a woman.
Okay, to be a
To
team.
have a man and a woman working at the same time. Making a man and a woman.
Who's leading?
Sorry, go ahead.
Your team, granted, and you're working at the same time, granted. But my question is this: who's leading?
Him.
Explain.
I feel like personally, as a woman that makes good money, I value what my husband says and I lead by his example.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you why that surprised me. is because when you said he stays home with my kids,
Mhm.
that was a Freudian. So I think you're saying what sounds good, but I think that you lead because you have dominance. They're your kids. And women who typically are in partnership, or damn sure women who follow their men, say, our children.
Sure. Okay.
So,
I'll
I
give you
mean,
that. I said
as
my
long
kids
as
and
it,
not our
as
kids.
long as it works for you, it's not. But here's the thing: I think it can work in one-off cases. But would you say that this is a formula to build a successful community, a successful city, state, nation?
If we had more women who um, put in the work to be of equal value and be able to put in and get out the same thing, then I think it would make our community better.
Do we
So
do,
yes,
do women typically do that? Put in equal value with no uh, girl push-ups. Meaning women have to do the same thing men would have to do. You got to put in equal value.
no. But then there are also women who don't want a man, right? Like
Well,
there are women who don't want that.
we're trying to see, I'm just going back and seeing if this is the formula for a better society or a more productive society, or at least what society are we going to get? Because to me, it sounds as though the women who are getting the outcomes you're talking about get it because you get to do girl push-ups and you get advantages. You don't have to put in the same effort as men, but you get to claim the same effort. Then these women get with men who are lesser men, but when men have to do the hard work, we get with lesser women, and that's not a problem for us. It's the natural order. See, what you're talking about is a flipped order, and it doesn't build a strong anything. It can work in small doses, but it doesn't build a strong city, state, nation, country, society. But it can work for women who are willing to accept men that they have to lead, which is like that other woman
Okay.
said, I'm going to have to pay all the bills because you make all the money, right?
No, we both make money. We both make
You
money.
make most of the money.
But I mean, I'm responsible for paying the bills, but yes, we both work.
When he was staying at home, though, who was making the lion's share of the money?
I was the breadwinner, me.
I was the man. Well, and I'll be honest, man, it can work. I know I have friends who've done this before, but I'll tell you, the men who I've known whose wives are like high-powered attorneys and things like that, this may not be your situation, but a lot of times these men were out there cheating because they had to feel like men somewhere. And it sounds bad because when we were going to work, we're like, damn, you get to drive this car, that car. This guy was always messing. Anyway. Oh, well, appreciate it, though. Good conversation. It
Thank you.
work, I guess, in doses. Bye-bye. I mean, she makes a point, If a woman is willing to pay the bills and have a man, but I will say, ladies, that what I did say